Hey Scorpio, Scorpio sun, moon, and rising signs. Please check your moon and or rising placements for deeper resonance. I do recommend that you check your rising sign, but again, if you don't know the time that you were born, feel free to check your sun sign, okay? I am reading for both sidereal and Western astrological charts. Take what resonates, leave what does not. And we are going to talk about the month of August because Scorpio, I did skip your new moon reading. For those of you, if you are a Leo sun sign, happy birthday. Because we are in Leo season. We are experiencing a Mercury retrograde in the month of August. Saturn retrograde. Pluto, I believe Pluto is also, is it in retrograde? I think. But we're dealing with a lot of retrograde energy. And again, I skipped the new moon reading, so I just felt, you know, why not just give you guys just a monthly reading before we hit the full moon? And then once I get these videos uploaded, we will talk about the full moon that's coming up, okay? For right now, we're talking about the month of August. We're going to talk about, you know, I'm going to talk to the ancestors about what energies you can expect to meet you this month of August. Talk about what you guys can do to utilize those energies to your benefit. You know, how can we make the month of August a breeze for you guys, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising signs. So take what resonates, leave what does not, like I always say. So let's see here. And we're just going to let the cards fall, okay? I'm not going to do what I normally do during this reading is, you know, choose the cards from the top of the deck. We're just going to see what the ancestors have to say. And we're going to let them choose the cards for us. There's two. Perseverance, safe and happy travel. So some of you guys, Scorpio, in the month of August, you actually are doing a lot of traveling. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be long distance travel, okay? It can definitely be, maybe you're just working a lot, you know, maybe you have a catering business, or maybe you go to people's houses and maybe you drop off food, or you know, you do deliveries. I don't know, for a job. Maybe you just drive a lot, you commute a lot for work. Some of you could be going on vacation. Some of you could be actually traveling long distance for work. Maybe you're going to a different country. Maybe you're experiencing an apprenticeship, you know, that you signed up for. But whatever it is, whenever it comes to travel in the month of August, you are being advised to be safe, to pray before you leave, or if you have some type of protective charm that you carry with you, make sure you definitely, you know, keep it charged up and carry it with you while you travel, while you drive, while you take the bus, take the train, ride a bike, whatever, or even if you're walking. So yes, you guys, in the month of August, I feel like it's not just August. I feel like you guys have been on a healing journey. There's a lot in your life that you know, some of you guys, maybe there's a wound that you really have been faced with that you need to heal. Others of you, there could have been some kind of occurrence or some type of loss in your life that you're working on healing from. You're really pushing through something here. Some of you guys really do have a trip. Somebody either has a surprise trip planned for you or with you, or you actually have a trip that you have in mind for this month of August. I mean, it is midsummer, so I feel like this is a good time to travel and to plan something. Maybe there's a concert that you really want to go to. I don't know. But there is something here where you guys may have really had to push through something that really hurt you. Yeah, it really kind of did a number on your heart, on your emotions. And some of you guys just are looking for like just kind of an escape. Maybe you just want to go someplace different so that, you know, the loss that you're going through, you're not reminded of the loss. I don't know. That's for those of you who are dealing with loss. But others of you, if you're not dealing with loss, you're just kind of dealing with something where you really need to like push through, you know, that you may think or feel, especially with these retrogrades that have been going on since July started. Maybe there's just some type of situation or circumstance that looks a little daunting, or it just looks it looks like it's kind of stagnant, or it's stuck in a really bad state. And Scorpio, you may feel like you may be judging the entire relationship, or you're judging your entire career, or you're judging the entirety of your job that you go to based on a negative experience. So some of you guys, you need to kind of push through this weird situation. Some of you guys are just dealing with some really tough emotions that kind of has you thinking that your entire life kind of sucks, when it literally, your life is, you know, you're going to be fine. It's just that this situation, you're just going to kind of have to push through that. And your medicine, possibly, for some of you, in order for you to kind of get past this, is to get out more, just to kind of go outside, go do something fun for yourself, right? Go visit family, go visit friends, go see a movie, go camping, go hiking, go shopping. I don't know. Maybe you need to, again, maybe you need to get on a plane or a train or a bus and go on that long distance journey to go experience something new. Some of you guys, you could have just lived in an area or a state or a city for far too long, and you haven't really gotten out much. You just kind of stay where you are. You're going to be okay, Scorpio. Get out. You know, if you can go to the next state over, go on a road trip for a little bit, take a weekend vacation. Okay, retreat and recharge. Yeah. So there's something where you really need to, because you have the Hermit, that's Virgo energy. So some of you guys, you are dealing with a Virgo, that this situation is surrounding a Virgo. And you really do need to, pull your energy back. Again, go out and travel, go do something for yourself. You may have some energies that are tugging at you, wanting you to give them your time, wanting people wanting you to be available. And this is not August is not the month to be available to everybody. August is a time where you need to go on vacation, or you need to go on a trip, or you need to, you know, put your phone on do not disturb for a while as you push through this tough situation or this tough emotional circumstance. At the bottom of the deck, you have Seer, and it says see beyond the current situation. So again, whatever it is that you're dealing with currently, it might be a little bit sticky, it might be a little bit bumpy, a bit uncomfortable, but you kind of have to see past it and just be like, this is just a phase, or this is just the grieving process, or this is just a tough time, and I'm going to be fine. Like, I'm going to be okay. Like, this will pass. Yeah, that's tough, Scorpio. But this too shall pass. Everything passes at some point, the good and the bad, right? So don't anchor yourself in this discomfort. Just realize, okay, It's almost like getting a tattoo or getting a piercing, right? Like, or going through something where you know, where the result is positive, but the process may not be as positive, may not feel as positive, might be painful, right? It's almost like getting a shot or something. It's like, okay, you got to kind of push through the discomfort and just be like, ooh, this doesn't feel good, but this needs to happen in order for, you know, for the results, the good results to take effect, right? So again, it's almost like it's like that. It's like being in a doctor's office, you know, or it's like getting a shot or getting a tattoo, you know, um, or getting a piercing. It's just like, ah, man, this feels painful, but the process is gonna be, but the results are gonna be amazing. The process sucks, but you know, the results are gonna be good. It's gonna be good. What else is going on? Let's see what else is going on with Scorpio ancestors. What more do you have to say to them for the month of August? You guys are being watched after, though. You guys are being protected. You guys don't have to worry about that. You guys are protected. You may be asking a lot of questions, you know, to yourself, or there's a lot of thoughts swirling around in your mind that you probably don't even talk about during this time, but just understand. And also, like, being stuck in your head too, Scorpio, you might be stuck in your head a lot about things. You know, maybe you have a tendency to always be stuck in your head, but in the month of August, you're being met with the challenge of, okay, how about we, yeah, okay, things are kind of chaotic in your head right now, but let's pull ourselves out. Let's leave it alone. Let's just, you know, because sometimes the solution is not to fix anything that's happening. Sometimes the solution is just to pull yourself out of it and be like, okay, that's happening, but I pull myself out, right? It'll pass eventually. Connect with your emotions. Libra got this same card. Water Guardian. Fire Guardian at the bottom of the deck. Ignite your passions. So Scorpio, just like I was telling Libra, you need to connect with your emotions and study them. Connect with your emotions so that you can manage them. Because a lot of the times when there are emotions that we feel, especially the negative ones, we want to escape them. We want to toss them out. We're like, I don't want to feel like this anymore, right? Instead of sitting with those emotions and being like, okay, this is a pattern. How is this a pattern? Why do I always do this when I feel this way? What do you do when you feel happy? And what do you do when you feel sad? What do you do when you feel frustrated? What are some patterns of behavior, some habits that you have based on the emotions that are showing up? Because perseverance is like, okay, I feel crappy. I feel terrible. I can't do anything about that right now besides just push through and just continue to do what I need to see myself through this, right? Instead of sitting in that emotion and just allowing it either to consume you or trying to leap out of that emotion so you don't feel it anymore. It's almost like you're being taught to stop chasing after a certain emotion, Scorpio. Like when you're sad, you may start chasing after, you might start doing certain things in order to get rid of that sadness or that depression or whatever, instead of sitting there and realizing, okay, I'm feeling really terrible right now. Let me just sit in this. Let me cry about it. Right? Who are you thinking about when you're feeling that pain? And what are some things that you really want to accomplish in your life? What are some things that you really want for yourself? How can this feeling and this emotion improve you in some way? It's all about emotional independence here. You know, how can I be more present despite how I feel? How can I still show up in my life despite how I feel? That's honestly what I'm getting here, Scorpio. And that is very difficult. Okay, that is very difficult. That is not easy to do. Because when we are so used to either allowing our emotions to consume us or trying to leap out of that emotion, when we're so used to not having a close relationship with our emotions, you know, it can be very difficult to be like, you know what, let me try to like actually have a conversation with this emotion. Let me actually try to level with this emotion and actually try to connect with it, instead of either trying to boot it out. Because you can't really have a relationship with someone if you're avoiding them or if you are allowing them to consume you and control you, right? You guys both have to be on the same page. You both have to be willing to connect. So I feel like for you, Scorpio, this is a lot about, again, emotional independence. Yeah. It could be at this time you guys are really starting to notice your gifts. You're really starting to see like, wow, like I have a lot to offer this world. I have a lot to offer my friends, my family. You guys are going through a transition, okay? There's some type of occurrence or situation or circumstance that has happened where you're just kind of moving from point A to point B. You're moving from one part of that, like the sad part into the more accepting part. It's almost like you're still in the limbo, or you haven't really reached point B yet. You haven't reached the end result yet. You're still in the process of that. Some of you guys, you allow your emotions to cause you to disconnect yourself from other people, or disconnect yourself from the world. It's almost like you're waiting for something to fall into your lap, or you're waiting for the next emotion to come through, or you're waiting for the next thing to happen to make you feel better. That's not in the month of August. If you want it to be a blessing, like a blessed month for you, sit with yourself, sit with your emotions. Write down your potential. What is it? What are some things that you want to do? What do you want to create? Some of you guys are artists. Maybe you guys need to start creating more, working on works of art. Yeah, Libra also received this, the Ascendant. You need to check your rising sign. Scorpio, please check your rising sign. Some of you, Scorpio, you are looking at the wrong thing. You're looking at the way things look, and you're just making judgments based on that. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't look at your circumstances. Don't look at the way things appear and say, well, I guess that's just how it is. Or that person doesn't seem like they care about me. Or it doesn't look like this person wants to talk to me. It doesn't. You may, some of you guys may look at people and the way they respond to you, or don't respond to you when you're talking to them, and you look at that like, oh, they must be upset, or oh, they must, or maybe they like me. Because it's like, no, don't look at the way things look. Just pull your energy back. It's okay. It's okay for you to be kind. It's okay to be kind, be giving, things like that. But don't take things. I think some of you guys just take things at face value a lot of the time. Some of you guys just pull your energy back because it's like, oh, well, they didn't respond to me like I thought they were. Or, I didn't like the way they looked at me, or I didn't like the way they said that, or, this person did this, so that means that they don't care, or that they're bad, or blah, blah, blah. It's not always as cut and dry as you would like it to be, Scorpio. Some of you guys may jump to conclusions very quickly. Be careful with that. August is not the time to jump to conclusions about anything. It is not the time to jump to conclusions. When you feel that you're about to make a judgment about somebody based on how they, you know, what they say or how they respond or facial expressions that they make or whatever, you may, some of you guys, Scorpio, in the month of August, is really important that you do not make any judgments. You may just be quick to judgment and say like, oh, that person doesn't like me. Or maybe you may make a judgment and say, oh, that person is, you know, I want to be their friend. I think they, you know, I think they like me, or I think. Retreat. Pull yourself back and just be like, if this is for me, it'll come to me. It'll be given to me. If it's not for me, I'm going to be protected. Don't be so quick to judgment in the month of August, Scorpio. That might be a very, very big challenge for you. Okay, let's see what the tarot have to say to you guys. Let's see. Let's see if there's any zodiac signs that we need to know about that you guys are dealing with. Maybe it's like zodiac signs that are in your chart as well. This is a time in August for you, Scorpio, where things are not what they seem, whether it's good or bad. Don't just trust anybody's reaction. Don't trust anybody's words, or don't be so quick to trust anybody's facial expressions, you know, whether it's good or bad. You may think someone is your enemy when they're not. They might be your admirer and they just don't know how to approach you. They just don't know, you know, they don't know what to say. So they just admire from afar. That's okay. And, you know, or you may have somebody who actually is your enemy. And you may take it as, you know, well, they haven't done anything wrong to me. Well, not yet. Maybe you just need to protect your energy. Healing. There you go again. You got the three of elixirs, the 3 of cups. Healing. This does have something to do with healing your heart when it comes to your relationships with other people. Friends, family, romantic partnerships, exes, even partnerships that you're not in now. Just kind of looking back on all of them and realizing that, you know, it wasn't what you thought it was. You know, maybe some of you guys, Scorpio, at this time in the month of August, you may be misinterpreting some things. Yeah. And it's like an obsession. You have the devil here. This is something that you really get caught up in. It's almost like a codependent thing. It's like you depend on how people respond to you to determine how you feel about them, or determine what you think they feel about you. Some of you guys, maybe it's at work, maybe you're kind of misinterpreting something, some type of communication. There's judgment. Some of you guys really are making some quick judgments. You guys have a tendency to do that. Some of you guys may have Capricorn in your chart with the Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles. If somebody doesn't answer your text message or answer your phone call, you may be quick to anger. You may be quick to be frustrated and be like, oh, why aren't they answering me? Why this? Why that? Well, you don't know what's going on, right? If you don't have contacts, how can you really know what's going on? And you're just really stuck mentally. It's almost like you just don't know how to move forward. You get yourself stuck in this with the 8 of Swords. So it's, some of you guys are definitely dealing with Capricorn, or you have Capricorn in your chart. Yeah, there's Saturn again. So there's Capricorn, Aquarius. There's more Capricorn. And then we have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So some of you guys, again, you know, some of you guys may have strong Capricorn in your chart, or you have Capricorn in your moon or rising signs, or in your sun sign. All right, let's pull a couple more tarot cards and then we will conclude your reading here, Scorpio. This is intense. This is intense, Scorpio. You can really end up stressing yourself out unnecessarily in the month of August if you're not careful with this behavior, if you're not careful with your energy. Pull your energy back. If you start to feel like, oh, somebody doesn't like me, or and you know, you start making these judgments about yourself, maybe they don't like me, or did I say something wrong, did I just pull your energy back and just be like, talk to a friend, talk to a very close friend or family member about it. Just tell somebody, like, this is kind of how I was feeling, you know. And I feel like you need to talk to somebody who's actually gonna, you know, talk some sense, right? Not somebody who's just gonna give into what you have to say and validate you. You might want to talk to somebody who's gonna ground you and just say, hey, you know, maybe that's not the case, you know, maybe that person doesn't have anything against you, maybe you know, just wait and see what happens, right? Just wait and see what happens. So again, if you're kind of talking to people who kind of instigate situations or who kind of push you into that direction of, you know, oh, you need to find out, or you need to, that person doesn't like you, or I don't like that person, and you know, they treated me like that one time, is that's kind of instigating. That's kind of, you know, you don't need to talk to somebody who's actually going to fuel that devil energy. You don't want somebody to fuel that. Some of you guys, maybe there's some addictions here that you're dealing with within yourself. Maybe you used to be on drugs, or you know, maybe you struggled with alcohol, and maybe you're in recovery. I don't know, but there's something here where there's some type of an obsession. But we have the Five of Swords. So once again, it's like this inner conflict, or cause, like, some of you feel like someone is out to get you. But even if they are, if somebody did hurt you in the past, maybe this is exactly why you have this wound, because you maybe this is why you feel that people are out to get you, or people don't like you, or people think that you're weird. But at the end of the day, even if they do, Scorpio, who cares? Why is that something you're concerned about? Let's see what this devil energy is all about, because that's Aquarius energy. So some of you guys, maybe there's an Aquarius where you just have it all wrong, you know, or maybe there's an Aquarius in your past that really abused you or really bullied you in the past, and you just, that's just kind of been like, you know, your attitude is like, you know, I can't trust anybody, you know, or I have to make quick judgments about this, you know, I like kind of trying to getting ahead of the situation. There's the Eight of Swords again. So you have the Ace of Swords, the Sun, and the Eight of Swords. So it's like you're like so obsessed with, like, I need to get the answers. I need to figure out if this is bad or if this is good, so that way I can feel better about it. Don't be stuck on it. This is kind of like the same energy coming out for everybody, it seems like. But Scorpio, don't be so caught up and stuck on this situation, or don't be so stuck on, you know, like, oh, does this person like me, or this person hate me? Is this person my enemy? Who cares if they are? You are protected. You're fine. Let's go ahead and clarify the Judgment card. But like, it's almost like it's almost like you're always trying to get ahead of the game, or trying to be ahead of the situation, or trying to find out if someone is going to hurt you in the future, if they hate you, or blah blah blah. Who cares? Why is that your problem? Yeah. Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles. So Saturn is telling you that you've been hurt. You need to be honest about that. Saturn is telling you that you have been entertaining a poverty mindset when it comes to yourself and your well-being. Constantly feeling like someone is judging you because you're weird, or because this, or, you know, I don't know, maybe there's like some type of mental struggle that you have, and you know, you always kind of like use that as like a way to explain why you are the way you are, or why someone doesn't like you. But guess what? Who cares? You're you, Scorpio. Be you. Who cares if they're staring at you, or if they don't like you, or if they're talking behind your back? Who cares? Let's see what this Queen of Coins, or this Queen of Pentacles, is talking about. Libra also got the Queen of Pentacles as well. So the month of August, again, if you want it to be beautiful, if you want it to be such a healing time, and you want to leave the month of August feeling amazing, feeling more confident, stop caring so much about what people think and stop feeling like you have to get ahead of the situation. Stop thinking that you have to do something about what someone is thinking about you. You can't do anything about what anyone thinks. You can't do anything about the thoughts that's in someone's head. You can't do anything about someone's feelings. Eight of Wands, yeah. So slow down. You're moving. When it comes to money, stop moving so fast. When it comes to you feeling independent and wanting confidence, you're responsible for that. The Queen of Pentacles, she's responsible for herself. She's responsible for herself and her home. She's not trying to step outside of her place of comfort and peace to fix someone else's thoughts or fix someone else's behavior. Absolutely not. There's something from your past that needs healing, and in the month of August, you need to take that time. You need to take that time, Scorpio, to heal yourself. It does not matter what anyone thinks about you. You need to make this about you. You need to pull your energy back. If there's someone who's doing something where you just feel like you need to push them and push them and push them, it's like, why are you doing this? How come you didn't do this? I asked you to do this, blah, blah, blah. If you start stepping out of yourself and trying to get somebody to change, like, you've completely lost, you've lost the purpose here. You've missed your mark. If someone is not doing something that you feel they should be doing towards you, or if someone's not showing you that they care, guess what? Step away and go do something for yourself that's going to keep you locked into yourself. Let them figure themselves out. Let them figure out whether they actually want to act respectfully, if they actually want to show you that they care. Does that make sense? Don't be impulsive. Don't allow your emotions to get the best of you, Scorpio. And don't allow someone else's emotions or thoughts or possible thoughts deter you from focusing on yourself. You shouldn't allow anybody, any type of circumstance or situation to control you, but that is easier said than done, okay? Come back to this reading if you need to listen to it again. If you ever do, some of you guys might be watching this and be like, this is not for me. This is not, I don't resonate with this. That's fine. But if you do get into that situation, come back to this video. Come back to this reading. Because sometimes sometimes I've listened to readings or, had, my ancestors tell me something and I'm like not resonating with it because it didn't happen yet. But then, or maybe I didn't realize that it was happening. And then finally I became cognizant of it. I'm like, oh, that's what they meant. So again, if you guys don't resonate with this right off the bat, that's fine. But if that situation arises and you realize, oh, this is exactly what she was talking about in her reading, come back to this reading. Okay? Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, Scorpio.